Let's look at our storm tracker forecast now with meteorologist Nick Johnson. Nick, what's going on out there?
Well, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, things are starting to get better, but it's going to be a while before they fully improve. The flash flood warning that is still in effect for Hoosick Falls is set to expire about an hour from now, around midnight, a little bit after midnight. Until then, again, still dealing with the floodwaters, and even though they are receding, that doesn't mean there's not still a big threat. Let me walk through some of the storm reports from area-wide. Again, the biggest concern for most of us today was flash flooding, but there was also a number of reports of wind damage. And yeah, over in Maine and New Hampshire, there were a couple of reports of tornadoes. In fact, there was briefly a report in our area. A tornado warning did get issued for near Glens Falls, but thankfully that was canceled fairly quickly, and we have not had that tornado confirmed. Looks like there was just some strong rotation within that storm. But look at all those storm reports. Again, the majority of what you're looking at right there are flooding. Now look at this picture. This was well, we're not sure. It was either a funnel cloud or a water spout. This came from Maine, the National Weather Service in Gray, Maine, Long Beach. Scary looking photo. But as bad as that is, really, this is a scarier photo. This is from the flash flooding emergency that, again, is ongoing in Hoosick Falls. This one sent in from Pamela. Really appreciate this one, Pamela. Now, I was exchanging messages with Pamela, and I said, you know, I covered the flooding from Tropical Storm Irene, and I haven't seen anything this bad since then. She said, you know, when Irene came through this area in Hoosick Falls, it never got this bad. So this is worse, at least in Hoosick Falls, according to Pamela, than Irene ever was. Still in effect is this flash flood warning. Again, set to expire about an hour from right now. That doesn't mean things will get better immediately once this expires, but it is a sign that things are starting to improve. And again, there is an end in sight. But let me run down some quick things here. We have a flooding emergency, state of emergency declared for the city of Hoosick Falls tonight due to that flash flooding. Roads closed, evacuations underway. Unconfirmed reports of injuries. And looking at that photo from Pamela, you can understand, in fact, it's hard to imagine there weren't some injuries. I'm hoping, again, everybody made it there safe. Thoughts and prayers with everybody in the Hoosick Falls area, and really anybody in that flash flood warning. There are other areas still dealing with some flooding concerns, parts of Bennington County as well. Now, an emergency shelter has been established at the Hoosick Falls High School, but if you're in a safe spot, you don't want to move. Travel in the city has just been advised against. Don't do it unless you absolutely have to. And make sure you're following all directions from emergency personnel. Current temperature 71 in Albany. We have cooled off. That's a good thing. The dew points are still very high. Look at that, 69 in Albany. Now, tomorrow is not going to be as humid. You still might notice a little bit of humidity in the air, but not like the dew points in the 70s that we were feeling at times today. Hey, Hudson is still there. Their dew point 73. That's oppressive humidity. The dew points should slowly start backing off as we head overnight and into tomorrow. But this flash flood warning remains in effect. Thankfully, the heaviest rain has now shifted down towards Stephentown. They're getting dumped on. And they have seen, again, heavy rain earlier in the day. They don't need any more, but there is not a flood warning for them. So hopefully they can handle a little bit of that rain. Here's a closer look at now the Hoosick Falls area where thankfully, yes, the raindrops have finally stopped falling. The heaviest rain, like I said, near Stephentown, it will continue to track off to the east. Not totally in the clear just yet, but once we clear out this heavy batch of rain, we will still see a few additional showers. But the risk for severe weather and flash flooding should really drop off. Look at how much rain fell, though, across Hoosick Falls and into parts of Bennington County. 3.8 inches. And I'm guessing some areas saw as much as 4 or even a little bit more than that. And remember, the ground was already saturated before this happened. Given the very wet weather we've seen recently, there was just nowhere for that much rain to go. Now, we do still have a few showers, but you can see things are starting to improve, and they're shifting out of the Hoosick Falls area. Helping that happen is that cold front. Again, focusing those strong storms and heavy downpours across our area for much of the day, it is going to be clearing off to the east. Overnight, we will see a chance for a few additional showers. They're not expected to be the heavy rain we saw. Now, let me show you Sunday, because there is a slight chance for a quick shower on Sunday, but again, nothing like what we just got through. This would not likely cause any additional flooding, and it should be the exception to the rule with most of us staying rain-free. And then Monday, we may see a similar scenario where most of us stay dry, but a quick shower can't be completely ruled out. 86 on Sunday, 83 on Monday. You'll notice a little bit less humidity. The 4th of July this year looks absolutely beautiful. It'll be low humidity. It should stay completely dry for the 4th. Wednesday also looks terrific. We really need this chance to dry out, and it does look like we're finally getting it, but unfortunately, yeah, we're not totally in the clear yet for tonight, even though things are starting to improve. Rachel?
All right, thank you, Nick. Looking forward to that dry weather.